Saturday night. Kevin Harlan here alongside Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Klay Thompson.
And sometimes you have to adjust your game as Father Time starts to take a toll. And I think we've seen that. He's still a valuable contributor. And look, what he may be doing less in terms of raw scoring output, his veteran presence certainly offsets.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, we've got Jaren Jackson. He's out there with Markkanen. Nurkic is out there with Keontae George. And it's Mikhailuk in at the 2 guard. And for Seattle, we'll be topping out there with Kyle Filipowski. Then it's Holiday. Then there's Jonathan Kuminga. And it's Nesmith in at shooting guard. And as the NBA season rolls on, GA, what's one of the biggest challenges this time of the schedule?
I'd say maintaining your level. It's so hard to be consistent throughout the season, and it's really about the mental side of the game. It's so tough to stay locked in.
Holiday against George. Holiday, the pass to Filipowski. Now, here's Nesmith. He's covered closely. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now, and it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent, it's also about timing.
And that one misses.
Well, Aaron Nesmith is just such a dependable guy. Night in, night out, you know he's going to score, defend, and he's always going to be about winning.
He hits the second from the line. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. Last time they met was in Utah.
Yeah, and they got beat last time these two teams met, and really free throws were the story.
Here's Jackson, and he overshot that one, missing. Kuminga against Markkanen. Kuminga the pass to Nesmith. Shoots from 14. And the rebound by Nurkic. Jazz have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Markkanen dishes to Jackson. Pass to George. Jazz passing it around. Lock at 6. Inside. Here's Mikhailuk. Good D by Holiday.
Oh, he missed the chippy. What are the odds? That's so frustrating.
Stolen by Markkanen. Here's Mikhailuk. And here's George. Guarded by Holiday. George looking around. Picked by Markkanen. George with the ball. Kuminga picks him up. Here's Markkanen. Plays it up and banks it in.
This is what you hope. You want to see Markkanen mix it up on the glass, right? Keep the play alive. Make sure you convert.
Pass to Nesmith. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Holiday left side. The teardrop falls in.
Drew Holiday, such a crafty player. How about the touch on the floater?
For Utah, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. Here's Mikhailuk. Nesmith covering. Markkanen into the lane. You know, Greg, in recent seasons, Lauri Markkanen has taken on a leadership role.
And Markkanen has been the featured player on some very young teams, and he's really embraced that role, proving to be a positive influence both on and off the court.
The first one falls.
What I'm always impressed by, guys, is Markkanen's versatility. The guy can face up and make jump shots. He can be enough of a presence on the interior that you're very comfortable with him in this modern NBA game.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
Holiday, the pass to Toppin. 2 points. That one goes.
This guy very comfortable operating in a painted area. All Obi Toppin needs is a little bit of room to get that shot off.
Here's Jackson. And it's Seattle with the rebound.
Boy, that is tough defense. Exactly how you want to play him.
Kuminga with it. Now guarded by Nurkic.
First personal foul.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And up to this point on the season, he's set a pace of right around 73% when he gets to the line.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
And we continue to see Kuminga improve at a steady rate. He's a young big with a bright future in this league.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
I was able to catch up with the head coach for Seattle. We talked about Lauri Markkanen, and I asked him how he wanted his players to guard him tonight. And he said, we can't afford to lose sight of him out on the perimeter because he's a big that can really shoot it, especially when he's operating in the pick and roll. It'll be interesting to see how Markkanen fares against them in this one. Back over to you.
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question, he altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Holiday after the basket by Jusuf Nurkic. Over George. Markkanen pulls it in.
Boy, defense has to feel fortunate there. That's one he normally knocks down.
Here's Mikhailuk. Neesmith covering. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
The Jazz working the ball around now. Jackson passes to Mikhailuk. 5 on the clock. Utah needs to get off a shot here. From deep, George.
This is what has defined Drew Holiday's career, right? The ability to affect shooters.
Neesmith finds Holiday. Here's Filipowski. And once again off the mark by Seattle. Here's George. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Jazz shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
First one falls for him.
Name a type of shot Keyonte George can hit it. More than capable of scoring at all 3 levels.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Seattle trails by 4. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy. Group substitution here for Seattle. Matkovic is checked in. Cameron Thomas comes in for Kuminga. Klay Thompson is checked in for Aaron Neesmith. And it's Mitchell in for Drew Holiday. And Utah also making a switch. Walker Kessler, he's checked in for Jackson. And so George will bring it up for the Jazz. They lead by 4. Outside, Markkanen. Pass to Nurkic. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Well, this is exactly where you want Jusuf Nurkic operating on the offensive end.
Mitchell against George. Looking to end the run. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Jusuf Nurkic. Seattle shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board. 77% collectively.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Jazz making a change here. Sensabaugh is checked in. That one misses. Jazz leading by 5. On the wing, George. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Thomas with the steal. Here's Matkovic. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Well, pretty pass by Cam Thomas there. That's a facet of his game he's got to continue to work on.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Collier, he's checked in for George. And that one misses. Utah's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Pass to Markkanen. Here's Collier. 9 points last game out. Launches it. Matkovic with the rebound.
Well, you can see they are willing to absorb some of these open shots from this guy because obviously another miss here.
And for a guy that puts up a lot of tough shots, Thomas will gladly take the easy ones.
Utah leading. Here's Collier. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Pulls up from the corner. That's good by Sensabaugh.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Now, here's Mitchell. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Outside Thomas. And it's sent back by Kessler.
Boy, strong denial by Kessler at the rim. The 7-footer having none of it.
Mykhailiuk passes to Collier. The Jazz working the ball around now. Here's Kessler. Cross contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
Our late first-round pick, Doris, back in 2022. Walker Kessler proving he was a sleeper. He has shown a lot for sure.
Oh, no question about it, Kevin. We are talking about a guy who's got size. He's consistent on the backboards, but there's an offensive arsenal there that maybe was a bit unexpected.
Now, here's Mitchell. His last outing, he had 18 points. Pass to Thomas. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. Thomas got 5.
Well, Cam Thomas is an enthusiastic three-point shooter. This guy will not hesitate.
From the line, Filipowski grabs the board.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Mitchell outside. They set the pick. Here's Thomas. No good off the front iron. And so for Seattle, their last game, a loss to the Lakers. Pass to Collier. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And Kessler throws it down.
Oh, Kessler off his feet in a hurry. The timing of the lob was perfect.
It's Thomas on the wing. Coming off 31 points last game. Mitchell passes to Thompson. And here is Thomas. A shot that time, not on target. Jazz leading by 5 to the inside. And it's slammed in by Williams.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. And the first time out of the game called for Seattle. Some changes for Seattle. Gary Payton is checked in for Kyle Filipowski. And it's Neesmith in for Thompson. Seattle trails by 7. Now, here's Mitchell. Payton kicks to Thomas. Pass to Mitchell. Now, here's Neesmith. There's the pick. Kessler with the rebound.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Here's Sensabaugh. Neesmith covering. To the paint. Here's Kessler. And Kessler throws it down.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Well, if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thank you so much. The Utah Jazz are going young, but this is a franchise that has a winning history, and that culture is still around. Coach Will Hardy said, the messaging doesn't change. The players have gotten to the little things that takes to win. This is a cohesive group that's committed to helping each other. Guys?
Building the right way. Thanks a lot, Allie. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
And right from the jump, they've been working hard to establish themselves inside, using agility and power to get shots in the paint.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Seattle trails by 11. Now Mitchell. Outside Thomas. Back to Mitchell. Some nice ball movement here by Seattle. Here's Neesmith. It's the three-point bomb.
Neesmith has earned the green light from three-point territory. Knock it in, Aaron.
Jazz leading by 8. Pass to Mikhailuk. Here's Collier. Covered by Mitchell. On the wing, Williams. Down low. Here's Kessler. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Kessler's got 9 points.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Here's Matkovic. He's covered by Kessler. They set the screen. Neesmith. He makes that one drop. Only a second and 5 tries.
Oh, Aaron Neesmith gets a look from the painted area and makes sure it's good.
Pass to Collier. To the middle. Wants to get it to Kessler and does. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And guys, that block could really help change the momentum of this game.
Goes up off the inbound. And Kessler throws it down. There's 53 seconds left in the first quarter. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for Seattle, trailing by 10. And Thomas has it in the corner. Mitchell outside. Lets it go with the three. Kessler with the rebound. Kessler's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Pass to Collier. 23 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Now here's Williams, covered by Payton. Shot's good by Williams. And the Jazz lead by 12.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Here's Thomas. The shot from the low post is good. Thomas got his 3rd basket of the night.
I'll tell you, an underrated thing right there. How effective that screen was. It just creates a lane to the cup.
A big-time effort for Walker Kessler, providing a lot of energy for Utah. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. And we'll be back with you shortly. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
You know, Doris, here's a question for you. Is there a reason why we see so many point guards become head coaches?
I do believe, Kevin, obviously as a point guard, you are responsible on both ends of the floor. On the offense for knowing all of the sets and where every single guy is positionally. On the defensive end, you're the lead communicator. You are at the point of attack. So it makes perfect sense to me that they become head coaches.
And to go courtside and hear what's going on with Jaren Jackson. Allie, how is he?
Hey guys, I spoke with the head athletic trainer for the Jazz. Apparently it's a broken nose. No signs of any other facial fractures or a concussion, so some silver lining there. They've made the call that they feel it's okay for him to play. And even though there's a moderate recovery time, he's also confident at the moment to be back on the floor.
Allie, thank you for the update.
What's remarkable to me, though, is how resilient players in the NBA are and the quality of the training staff and the approach they take in the rehab process. And that really helps accelerate the return to play, which is what every organization is trying to do.
And so in the game for the Jazz, we've got Keontae George. Jackson is out there with Williams. Then there's Walker Kessler. And it's Collier in at the shooting guard position.
I think one thing that's clear with Obi Toppin is he has a drive to keep improving. He knows he's got some talent, but it's about the work you put in.
To the paint. Here's Nurkic. Bank shot. No good. Seattle trails by 9. Let's take a look at the 2K leaderboard to find out who the best defenders have been over the past month. Here are your steals leaders. Drew Holiday 4th.
Really been fantastic defensively this run for him. He's had more than his share of steals, and now he's looking to get more.
And the first one drops.
I think when we look back on the career of Klay Thompson, he is going to be considered one of the greatest shooters in the history of this league.
He's perfect from the line this time.
And guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
So for the Jazz, their last game, a loss to Orlando. Here's Holiday. Not going to go that time. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Nice ball movement by Utah. Larkin in a screen on Holiday. Pass to Collier. The shot's good on the assist by George. Collier's got his first 3 points of the game.
Boy, when he's not beating you with the shot, George can absolutely beat you with the pass.
Holiday dishes to Payton. Holiday against George. Out to Thompson. 4-on-3 as they bring it up. Here's Jackson. It's rebounded by Kuminga. Seattle trails by 10. Thompson in the corner.
And looking now at the numbers for Holiday, he's really stood out for them over the past month. He's putting up about 16 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. He's been nothing short of fantastic during that stretch. Offense coming very easily for him.
And so much of it, to me, is his ability to read the floor, make the right decision, and then go right after the action he wants.
The first free throw is good. Filipowski, he's checked in for Payton. Both free throws good from Kuminga. George with the ball. He had 15 points last outing and finished off by Nurkic.
Yeah, you can see the power game that Jusuf Nurkic has in his tool bag. That's a strong finish.
And here's Holiday. Pass to Kuminga. In the corner, it's Toppin. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
George passes to Jackson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And Holiday kicks to Kuminga. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
Here's Collier. He's covered by Thompson. And the call on the shot. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch.
The previous play is under review.
Seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people.
After review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Count that one from Toppin.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Jazz leading by 4. And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. A moment now to check out some numbers for Jrue Holiday.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
Markkanen dishes to Nurkic. Jackson passes to George. Here's Collier. He's covered by Thompson. At the elbow, Nurkic. Shoots over Filipowski. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Solid defense there. You are just trying to make an interior shot a difficult shot, and that's what happened.
First personal foul Fourth team foul.
For Seattle, they have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far. And he makes the first.
Well, we all know this guy is a legitimate two-way threat. Jrue Holiday gifted as a defender and solid on the offensive end.
All free throws good from Jrue Holiday.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Utah has gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Jackson a screen on Holiday. George with the bounce pass. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Collier. And he can't stop the run as he misses. For Seattle, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in the second quarter so far. Here's Holiday. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average of nearly 16 points a game.
Now that's his second foul, something they need to be mindful of moving forward. Do they change his matchup?
The Jazz have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. That's 3 of 9. Jackson has the open look. The Jazz again can't hit it.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
George against Holiday. Toppin kicks to Holiday. Drains it from beyond the arc. Holiday's got the lead up to 1 now for Seattle. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for Seattle?
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
Yeah, they've also been alert and active on the defensive end, creating turnovers and turning those into points on the offensive end.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Mitchell, he's checked in for Seattle. And Utah with a change here, too. Sensabaugh is checked in. On defense, Seattle. Pass to Collier. Three-pointer, Markkanen. Another miss by Utah.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Kuminga the pass to Mitchell. From down in the low post, it goes. And now it's a 3-point Seattle lead. Here's Collier. Out of bounds. Seattle will take possession. And a moment to check out now what Utah has coming up. On Sunday, they'll go up against Chet Holmgren and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Then on Tuesday, they'll be facing Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best. But if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
Now, here's Toppin. He's got 9. Thompson inside the line. Rebounded by the Jazz. Kessler's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Inside, here's Markkanen, and Markkanen throws it down.
Markkanen finishes that with authority. Look out below.
Seattle with the ball. They're on a 20-7 run. Mitchell kicks to Thompson to the wing right side. Here's Kuminga. And once again off the mark by Seattle.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thanks, guys. Lauri Markkanen is a 7-footer with touch, but he can also attack off the dribble. Referencing comparisons to Dirk Nowitzki, he said, quote, when someone hits a fadeaway jumper, they say, that's the Dirk. Maybe someday I'll get the drag step to be called the Lauri. Kevin, back to you.
Ooh, that's a sweet move, too. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. And here's George. Following Jonathan Kuminga's 3. The shot by George, no good. Mitchell against George. Mitchell passes to Filipowski. And he gets it to go. Filipowski's got the lead up to 4 now for Seattle.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Jazz passing it around. Here's Markkanen. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by Kuminga. Kuminga's got 4 rebounds now tonight. George with the steal. He lobs it up, and Kessler throws it down.
Exactly where Kessler gets so much of his offensive performance done, right at the cup.
And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for Seattle. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
That was a difficult one for them to drop. A close game throughout, and an opponent that they're going to beat more often than not.
Jazz trail by 5. George double team. Pass to Sensabaugh. Down low. Here's Mikhailuk. And he goes in for the dunk.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
And it's Seattle with the ball. After the basket by Utah. Here's Kuminga. Kessler with the rebound. Kessler's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Pass to George. Kessler a screen on Kuminga. George passes to Markkanen. 5 to shoot. Here's Mikhailuk. No good. That would have tied it.
And offensively, they've gotten stuck on the perimeter, falling in love with the jumper.
Thompson passes to Toppin. Back to Thompson. Beyond the arc. A rebound by the Jazz. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there.
Scoring efficiency was an issue in that one. Took them too many shots to get their points.
I think it was a lot of bad decisions leading to a lot of poor looks. Patience was not their best quality in that basketball game.
Seattle calls timeout. Different look for Seattle. Markovic is checked in, and it's Nesmith in for Klay Thompson. And a switcher also for Utah. Williams is checked in for Markkanen. Seattle has gone for the three-pointers 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. Here's the screen to the inside. Here's Matkovic. Rebound by Williams.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Back to George. Pass to Sensible. In the corner, George with it. No good on that one. Seattle has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Outside Williams. Here's Mikhailuk. Neesmith covering. Kessler setting the pick for George. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Kessler's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
To stop the drought. And Holiday with the lay-in. Good. Holiday's got 9.
That's a little bit about grit right there. Jrue Holiday not one to back away from a challenge.
Pass to Mikhailuk. 35 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Williams. Seattle grabs the miss. Kuminga's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Back to Neesmith. Here's Matkovic. Now here is Holiday. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
That free throw good from Jrue Holiday.
It's no coincidence, guys, that wherever Jrue Holiday has gone, the team gets better, and it's about the way he leads by example.
And it's Collier missing. Gets it off. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Seattle ahead, up by 4. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Hello, everybody. No lack of drama tonight. The Utah Jazz might be taking this one all the way down to the wire.
You know, I love what they're doing, being patient on offense, getting high percentage looks, keep feeding the beast.
Yeah, some of it's approach, but a lot of it is they have great interior scorers.
Okay, fellas, now a look at the sharpshooters lining up for the three-point contest.
I hope we get to see all of these guys expand the field if you have to.
Yeah, just get a center or a power forward in there. The game has evolved. Us big guys need representation.
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And